You know, one thing I changed about the way I think about weightlifting was what is a heavyweight and what is a lightweight. And I feel like it was almost my ego before holding me back, because that's what's keeping me not being as strong as I want to be now. Is not my ego, but my idea of what a heavyweight is and what a lightweight is. And so it's like I was saying before about the ego, when you before maybe 10 years ago when I really lifted a lot, I like, say benching 225 for 10 is a heavyweight, and whatever I was squatting was a heavyweight. What I was doing was heavyweight. But because when I was telling other people about it, right, you want to say it's heavyweight to make it sound more impressive, but it holds you back. It held me back for a while, because I got to call it a lightweight, because it is what you think it is, right? So I need to start looking at what I'm lifting as lightweight and what I'll be lifting with 45 or 50 pounds on it, even in the future, thinking about that in the future as lightweight too. I think Ronnie Coleman was on to something more than what most people think when he yells out lightweight baby. Because what it is what you think it is, and even saying it out loud and knowing it isn't enough. You really have to meditate with it. You have to program it into you, because just learning about it and acknowledging it and even surface level believing it isn't enough to activate it. You gotta really change what you deep down, what you subconsciously believe about it. And the only way to get into your subconscious is to meditate. At least for me. So from now on, I actually thought about this a little bit. I'm just going to call it everything I can move lightweight. If I can move it, it's lightweight. If I can't move it, it's heavyweight. I don't care how poor of a 1 rep, no range of motion max. If I can move it, it's all going to be a lightweight in my mind until I can move it the way I want to move it. And then it's going to be even lighter weight. But I think that's the way to look at it. And I almost think, people who go by kilograms instead of pounds might even automatically get a natural trick there to automatically put them in that mindset to begin with, because it's half the number, right? And so if I always like calling it pounds before, because, well, it's a bigger number. Well, what is that? That was my ego getting in the way and wanting my lightweight to be heavy, but it's not, because I can move it. So gonna fix that completely and go full Coleman on it. Think about another, this is just a mind thing, but another thing I like to do, and this is also kind of like an idea I had for a superhero, but especially on the deadlifting, I just like to imagine all the weight from the bar transferring through my body and into my feet, and just being in my feet instead of in the bar, right? Just what if I could, so the superpower would be, what if there's a superhero who could just change the weights of everything and move the weight around, make himself really light, and then the air behind him and under him really heavy, so that he can pick himself up and push himself around with the air, right? Pick anything up because, if you watch superhero movies and you see somebody with just super strength pick up a car, well, that doesn't really account for the awkward lift, right? It doesn't matter how strong, maybe Superman, but, like someone like Spider-Man, it'd still have to be some kind of leverage calculated, but they don't do that kind of thinking in comics. So, but with this superpower, when you make the car weigh 10 pounds and then you take on the weight of the car by transferring it, yeah, you can pick it up like that. It would make complete sense. You could do all kinds of crazy stuff with that superpower. It'd be the best superpower, in my opinion. It'd be the one I'd choose.